So, as a lot of you may know, I make my own mustache wax beard balm, and it's seasonal, like a chef at a good restaurant. When it's warm outside, it has one consistency. When it's warm, you want to have a little more hold to it, maybe a little more beeswax, just a little bit. It's gonna get warm, but you don't want to like lose your shape, and you don't want it melting. And when it's cool, you want the opposite. And so we had a cold snap in Sao Paulo, Brazil. A cold snap, and I guess that just means I had to put a blanket over my bed. And the mixture I had was just too hard for the cold weather. It was just way too hard. It wasn't absorbing into the hair, so went ahead, made another one with a little bit more cocoa oil, make it a little looser. Now it warmed up outside, and I'm seeing how this holds up. I have to do a video. I'll do a private Patreon video on how I make my mustache wax and beard balm so you guys can make your own. Today is, I am glad to be able to bring you this information. It bothers me that because of the timing of this information, hello, Shelly, back at you. Because of the timing of this information, it's awkward because right now a lot of people during not just COVID and not just, among all the things that have been happening and staying in our homes, we've all been looking for holes in the game that we didn't see before, and one of those is financial. All of you know I'm big on, and peace to you too, my friend. And all of you know I'm big on cryptocurrency. I've been in the Bitcoin game for about 8 years. It's proven profitable for me. I may go into that on my Patreon as far as some of the other things that I do. I did a how-to start that I'll show you guys. It becomes difficult because just as there is a lot of opportunity right now for a lot of us to get out there and find things and make money that we didn't know was there before by educating ourselves, by finding those things that we can learn online, the commodification, the democratization of knowledge is such a big deal right now. There was a time when in order to have any real information on something like cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, you had to be a professional. You had to work for a financial firm. For me, I was a financial professional for years. I worked in the financial business. I did how to start Bitcoin right here. Check that out on mine if you want some interesting information. But now, due to the democratization of knowledge, you can get information on anything you want from an actual professional quickly and effectively. And the problem is it also opens the door for quote unquote bad actors. A bad actor is a person who tries to bring you information that they know to be false, that they know to be untrue, that they know to be only profitable to them and detrimental to you. And if you don't have any real training in it, it makes it easier to find you. If you guys want to look up Wikipedia, democratization of knowledge. So it's a big deal, but it says in the past you had to be a privileged elite for information. Now I run my own business. For those of you who don't know, I'll show you what I do. My two main streams of revenue, because my cryptocurrency is a background stream. I never want to use the P word, but it's something I monitor, but I don't have to actively go into that. But I do editing, proofreading, writing resumes, and expat relocation services, meaning people, particularly now who want to get out of the United States, to know the correct process and procedure to come to a place like Brazil, what paperwork you need, what visas you need, what work can you do online before you come. It's not like in the movie where you just jump on an airplane and get off and everything's fine. You need to have a professional, someone who, by the way, I'm a permanent resident here. I have a green card. I would have a passport if it wasn't for COVID stopping the government. I've been here 5 years and I know what I'm doing, but I always tell people don't go there, to scroll all the way down past my resume. My resume is nice, very good, blah, 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 lots of certifications and university degrees. Go to recommendations. See, this is where people who have worked with me, who know who I am and know what I can do, put their professional endorsement on me and say, this guy is worth it. Having said that, I'm always being given opportunities to go into different pieces of investing, and that's great. And a lot of it's been you guys, so thank you. Shout out to everybody watching. You guys email me at YusefWateef@gmail.com. Hold on, put that on the screen. YusefWateef. I can't type and do anything else at the same time if you don't know that. So right now is a good time. If you are new, make sure you click the subscribe button. This is how I have such great information for people. This is how I bring industry professionals to you. I do it because you guys have been so good to me and bringing me new subscribers, and you found enjoyment. I talk about three things. I talk about world travel quite a bit, not just my life in Brazil. I love talking about money. Money is my favorite subject. It's my favorite thing. I love money more than anything else because money is an amazing slave to have once you own it. It's a terrible master, and I try to teach people how I semi-retired at 37. And by semi-retired, I say that with an asterisk. It doesn't mean I'm rich. It doesn't mean I'll never work again. It just means at 37, I walked away from the United States with 2 university degrees, 2 businesses that were making me money, and no debt, 0. And I also talk a lot about social issues, particularly when I bring my friends in. If you want to contact me or send me information you have or opportunities that you have, here's where, YusefWateef@gmail.com. I was given the opportunity to put money into something involving cryptocurrency that it didn't pass the test. There is a test that you put things through financially. I don't care whether it's cryptocurrency or just you've got a good buddy of yours that has an opportunity to put some money in one thing and the cash comes out of the other thing. If it's an investment, there are questions that need to be asked. Now, FINRA, and let's go to FINRA. I want to show you guys what this is because this is something that you need to know, especially if you don't know anything about money and you're learning. FINRA is a great place to filter information. The Financial Industry Regulatory Authority in the United States. FINRA is a private corporation that acts as a self-regulatory organization. It's the successor to the National Association of Securities Dealers and a member of regulation enforcement and arbitration operations of the New York Stock Exchange, right? Now, what does that mean? That means with FINRA, you can do certain things to find out who someone is, whether they're legitimate. One of my favorite things, one of my absolute favorite tools that we have on FINRA, it's called a broker check. Someone comes to you saying, hey, I know about money and investments. Find out if, here's, by the way, I'm retired. I'm out of the game. I haven't had a license in years. It doesn't discount that I understood the financial business well enough to know what I don't know. And I refer people to other financial professionals who are still licensed to get certain things. And I give advice here and there as a layman. You can put my name into this and it'll show you the years that I was registered and where I was registered. You can do that. You can do that right now. If the person talking to you about an investment doesn't have, even if the investment isn't something on the New York Stock Exchange, if they don't even have that basic level of qualified information behind them, you got to really stop and ask yourself, is this somebody you want to be giving money to? I don't really care who it is. I don't care how close you are to them. I don't care how much you love them. I want to go over something here. They put out a paper that I really like sharing with people. And I used to share this with my clients. Before my clients ever gave me any money, I would share FINRA with them. And I would say, here is what FINRA does and how they can help you to verify who I am. BK from the Rockies, thank you so much. Thank you for sharing that. And my Patreon, as a matter of fact, I had someone here earlier who was the first in the room, John Wayne. I'm looking for your email. I didn't see it, so make sure you got the email correct. But I also sent you, it's just like, let's see, hold on. Let's see. Make sure that's the email address that you sent it to, John Wayne, and I'll make sure that I go double check. And as always, I tell people, there's my Patreon, YusefWateef. So, and by the way, Brother Danubian, he said it's so sad that evil people engineered the COVID scam and destroyed lives. The COVID isn't a scam. It's an actual quantifiable disease that is transmitted as the Center for Disease Control says it is. Now, we do have politicians that fumble the ball with how we deal with it on a community level and how we deal with it on an economic level, but every legitimate, registered, and lettered person of science not emotion and certainly not politicians, but all people of science and credibility have disproven the notion that COVID was not a scam. It is a real thing. All opinions, when given respectfully, are still welcome here. Thanks, BK from the Rockies. Like, share, subscribe. Da-da-da. So here's what FINRA says. Here are some hot tips I want to give you guys. And I say hot tips because these tips are as old as dirt. I mean, ever since we put value in one shiny shell versus another shiny shell, there's been a guy who figured out maybe I can give this guy one shiny shell and get 5 from him, and he's tried to figure out ways to do it. Here's how I want you to spot an investment scam. Okay, these are some of the tools that I want. Verify credentials. Stay with me on this. Let me make that bigger. Hold on. Verify credentials. Someone tells you they know what they're talking about in investments. What do they say? Don't fall for a fancy title or trappings of success. Just because it says it on their website or business card does not make it true. Doesn't make it true at all. You need to find out who these people are. Now, you can even go so far as to say, and I'll have to do another conversation about this, if you really want to put some investment money behind somebody for anything, hire someone that does research on people, you know, hire someone that can find out who they are, find out what their criminal record is. Those things matter. Skip tracers, one of the scariest people I've ever met. Find a quality skip tracer and say, this guy's asking me for a ton of money. And it's not the people you're skeptical of you need to worry about, because you're going to do your research on them. When it comes to somebody who you do like, you do want to give this guy your money or girl your money. That's what you need to do, is verify their credentials. Don't chase phantom riches. When I went to the website of what my friend showed me, it said guaranteed returns. Stop. I want to let that sink in. Say guaranteed returns. Nothing in life is guaranteed. Any legitimate, authorized financial professional will tell you past performance is no indicator of future performance. We can look at trends and patterns, but anyone who sells you a guarantee is robbing you without a gun, which in some ways might make it worse. I feel like that old movie, and I say old, there was a movie called Casino with Robert De Niro. And there was a scene where the woman he fell in love with, you know that there used to be a song called Mama, I'm in Love with a Stripper. He was this smart gangster businessman who fell in love with this little girl who was a high-end call girl, call it what it is, but she still had allegiances to her old pimp. And what her old pimp was doing was what he always did. He had her bringing him this guy's money from her husband. And he looked at him when he found out that she was going to see this guy. He walked into the restaurant where they were down thinking they were going to have a private conversation. And he looked this dude dead in his eyes and he says, if you're going to rob me, be a man and bring a gun. Don't send her to get it. And I realized I just went off on a tangent. Don't chase phantom riches. When someone tells you it's guaranteed return, that's right there. You need to smile politely, go in the bathroom, and punch yourself in the face and maybe wake up out of that stupor, because they're hustling you. And I don't care how pretty the package is. I don't care how many PDF displays they have. I don't care how many of your friends swear up and down they've gotten money out of this. That's a lie. The big one is one that, this is one my mom talked to me about. Maybe your dad talked to you about it too. You know, my parents both sat me down and said, just because everyone is doing it doesn't mean it's smart. If everybody, say it with me from home, if everybody jumped off of a bridge, would you do it too? Just because everybody falls for it doesn't mean you need to be one of those people that says, I don't need to find out if this guy is legit. Look, all my friends are doing it. Bad move. Very bad move. You have to do, now here's where it gets sticky. When all your friends are doing it and you do the research, and let's say your research doesn't come back saying the person is a bad person, let's say your level of research simply doesn't return the level of transparency that you're comfortable with giving your money. It's easy to say, hey, this guy's a criminal, but what if he's not? What if you just, and this is where it gets real creepy, what if you just can't find any information on this guy anywhere? Now you got real problems. You say, you know what? I think I'm gonna save off on this one. I'm gonna keep my money in places that I know have long-term, effects and have been giving me consistent returns that I did research. The one thing you cannot do is tell your friends it's a bad idea. You will lose your friends if you try to give them information they didn't ask you for or they didn't want. Now, if one of them calls you or messages you and says, hey, what's your opinion about this thing? When that happens to me, and it still does, this is what I say. hey, can I give you a call when I'm done with this next client? End of the day comes, I call, put on my earpiece, it's gonna be a long one. And I go over all the things that I saw wrong with that investment and the person that was providing that investment. And I say it respectfully. But what I don't do is try to tell them they're stupid. I say, I respect you as a man just like you respect me. I'm going to tell you why I'm not going into this game. And here are my quantifiable, and there have been times I go through this very list with them. I'm going to give you my quantifiable reasons to keep my money in my pocket. Now, if you decide to give, I actually hope I'm wrong. If you decide to invest in this, I hope I'm wrong. And that 10 years from now, you say, ha ha, Wateef, I made all this money. I'm going to still be there, slow hustling my cryptocurrency, never giving up my businesses to try to live off of one source of income, no matter how lucrative it is, just constantly researching new ways to invest through qualified people. Just keep my hustle slow. But if 10 years from now you've outpaced me, because it's not a contest, I'm going to be happy for you. I'm going to be happy for you. The problem is history has shown us is that when we ignore the quantifiable red flags and go and do something based out of our emotion. Oh, shout out to my dear cousin who I was having a conversation with earlier, and we were having that really in-depth conversation on men, as we often do, and manhood. And one of the things that we often come across is that a man has no business making decisions based on his emotions. It's not that you can't have emotions, you're not a zombie, but no man should ever make a decision based on emotions, be it happiness, sadness, fear, love, lust, none of it. You've got to have critical thinking. Number 4, refuse to be rushed. No one should come to you and say, listen, I've got this idea. Oh, hold on, we got a quick question. Rudy Benoit, como vai? How's the economy in Brazil? Does Brazil have cryptocurrencies best? Besides Bitcoin and Ethereum, which cryptocurrencies have the best potential? Well, let's go one by one. First, there's only one S in my name, YusefWateef. Tudo optimo, tudo optimo. I'm doing good today. How's the economy in Brazil? Well, I don't exist in a Brazilian economy. I exist in a global economy. When you ask how is Brazil, and you also say which, besides Bitcoin and Ethereum, which cryptocurrencies have the best potential, well, now you're dealing with overlapping circles. I deal in investment markets in America. I deal in investment markets in Brazil. I deal in Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, things like that. The problem is my mixture, my diversity basket, my diverse income basket is the right mix for me. So some may be doing better than others. That doesn't mean I take money out of one, put it in another. So here's what I can do for you. If you ever really want to sit down and have a discussion about that, if you want to, and here, hold on, let me show people something real quick. Hold on. Because I realized I talked about it earlier. Hold on a second. It's, where is it? There. This is my Patreon account, and this is where people contact me to find out what I can do for them on different levels, all the way from just quick tips to in-depth one-on-one sitting down talking about what I believe investments should be. This is where I put things that are not fun. Let me be clear about this. Eat It All was a good one about sharing money that you make, compensation. This is another one on cryptocurrency. Google Money Class, something that I saw from Google that cost $10 that can then be flipped around, and I showed my Patreon how to use that. Visa and background checks. For people who don't know, I've been doing quite a bit of helping people learn to get from the United States to Brazil and showing them different things that they need to do with their visas and background check information in order to do it successfully. So I did a Patreon with that. I invite everyone to check it out. I'm not going to go through the process of reading all those to you, but I do hope that you check that out. So Rudy, what I'll say to you, which cryptocurrency has the best potential? Woo-hoo. You're asking a loaded question there, because there are so many cryptocurrencies, and what is best potential? Now I've got to ask you, am I talking to a man at 65? Maybe he needs best potential for something in 5 years because of his life expectancy. Am I talking to a 25-year-old? Am I talking to a 30-year-old who just got a wife and a kid? What is their time horizon, we call that? Those things matter. There is no, and again, we're getting back to that whole, there are no easy answers. There aren't. And listen, no need to apologize. I'm here for the questions, and if I can help you, you know how I can help you. But there is no need to apologize. This is This is a place where everybody can say everything, and as long as we're saying it respectful to each other, I'm here for it. I'm here for the information, and I'm here to share the information. And so if we go back to how to spot an investment scam, it says, refuse to be rushed. Anyone who comes to you and says, listen, this is a limited time offer. If you don't invest your money with us over the next number of days, you're going to lose this forever, man. I'd hate for you to be one of those guys that gets left behind while everybody else is driving fancy cars or living life like a 1990 Hype Williams music video. You're going to be back there, slow rolling your money. I can save you from that grim fate if you just give me your money today. Because see, what a lot of hustlers and scam artists know is that the longer you have to research who they are and what they're giving you, the better your chances of being able to just put their phone number on the permanent block list. Never feel obligated. This is a big one. And this was the one that took me a long time to understand about human nature in general. Never feel obligated. Don't invest because the seller gives you something for free. Salespeople count on those freebies to guilt you into buying what they are selling. Nothing is free. Nothing is free. No, nothing is free. I have a cousin who's a young woman who's really just getting her legs under her in the world, and I'm not her dad. You know, I'm her gritty older cousin, and I can talk to her in a way that her father would feel uncomfortable. And I said, remember, no one's going to give you anything for free, especially a man. We are never going to give a beautiful 20-something-year-old woman anything for free without hoping that this counts on the ledger to get something back. You don't have to like it. You can feel like this guy is different. Nothing is for free. Let me tell you how I got with something for free. One of my mentors who gave me so much business sense that I feel obligated to give most of it for free right now. We went to a tailor shop where he gets his suits. And I say he, because I went in with the intention of purchasing a suit in the same vein as his, except I couldn't afford a shirt. I didn't know that. He said, hey, you know what? I'm going shopping. You know, you want to come down and meet some of the guys where I get my suits? This is a guy who dresses spectacularly well. He's the person who taught me what suits to wear, you know, how to clash my tie in a way that worked with a conservative suit, that cufflinks were important. He made me throw away all my button sleeve shirts. He's like, throw them all away. The next commission check you get, you need to invest in 10 quality French cuff shirts. We sat down. They brought, would you like coffee or tea or champagne? I was like, well, I don't drink alcohol. Can I have some tea? Sure. It wasn't some tea bag tea. It came on a little platter. He poured it, gave it to us. The guy would come out, show us bolts of fabric. And at the end, when I realized after they talked about, we have this for this per yard, this for this for per yard, we'll take your measurements, tell you how many yards you need, I realized I can't afford this. But I already drank their tea, and I felt so bad that I thought, well, maybe I'll just buy a tie and get out. The tie set me back a couple hundred. Now you're talking about a first-year financial professional. My pockets weren't deep like that, but that's how they got me. Don't be YusefWateef. Don't be YusefWateef. Number 6, arm yourself with information. You're not going to go wrong by pulling up as much information as you can in a specific period. If the guy tells you, hey, you know, I need your money by the end of the week, you know what you do? You say, you know what? I'll call you if I need you. You need to decide, no, I'm not going to do it. Anybody who tells you, oh, you've got to invest this now, take that same timeline and say, I'm not going to give him my money, but I am going to spend all that time researching him. Say, I'm going to spend all that time researching him, researching his company, researching his name. You'd be amazed what you come up with. You'd be really amazed. Now, there aren't that many people who are going to go into that level of detail, but at the same time, it can cause you to lose out on great opportunities because your gut may be wrong sometimes. There might be a guy who you look at and say, no one with that kind of mustache could possibly be who they say they are. Then when you research him, go, oh, wait, this guy is legit. He's spoken well of. Maybe I should go with him. I'm talking about me, by the way. I'm talking about me. And that's where, and that's a 6-step plan that you find over and over again if you simply apply that litmus test. If you just go through that, you know, you can find out. You can find, you know, hold on, let me give you guys some more candy. Thank you. And I'll get right back to you. Matter of fact, I'm going to send you my phone number as well, and send me your phone number and I'll call you. So here's where we are. I'm going to give you guys some more candy. Hold on a second. Right? Ask and check. Check out the seller. This guy's got something to give you. I'm not just talking about things from the New York Stock Exchange. I'm talking about, is this guy selling me a refrigerator attachment, a new comb series for my mustache, beard, whatever. Check out the seller and say, are you licensed to sell me this product? Just look them in the eye. Are you licensed to sell these? Now, they might come back with, oh, I don't need a license to sell combs. Oh, okay, do you have a license to do business? Or are you selling this out of your trunk? Because if I take this thing home and it's not made out of the metal you said it is, and then it reacts with my skin, and now all of a sudden I've got to worry about getting pimples and a rash, I'm coming for you, and I'm going to shove this comb straight up your nose and twist it while it's in there. And I want you to know that ahead of time. And I tell people, listen, if you're not who you say you are, but I'm at a point in my life where I'm not meeting people through, and I've got to do another video on this. I don't do any first introductions. If you can't be introduced to me by somebody I know, I'm probably not interested in trading money with you. I spent my 20s and 30s building a foundation of successful men who I can tell you, there are very few people who get added to that circle, but when they do, they can say, hey, Watt, this guy's going to call you sometime tomorrow. I put my name on him. Oh, great. But if you just come out of the woodwork, it's going to be very difficult for you to get past. But are you licensed to sell me this investment? Check. If they say they are, and here are the helpful hints. Oh, I apologize. Hold on. Let me put this in the comments. If I haven't put this in the comments, I apologize. Hold on. Boom. 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 There we go. You put the other one up. Boom. 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 Check the comment section. So it says, are you licensed to sell me this investment? Oh, hold on. Click the wrong button. Check. And if they say they are registered someplace, look, there are 800 numbers you can call. You'd be amazed how many people have their money taken from them by someone who just prints on a business card, I am licensed to sell this product. And they never, ever check. They never check. I don't know why. Especially when you're dealing with money. There is a part of one of the scams that had been brought to my attention was one that didn't ask you for a whole lot of money. It asked you for about 20 bucks, I think. So invest 20 bucks. It's going to get you 20 additional like every week or something like that. I don't know what it was. And I realized that's how the hustle worked. You see, if you came to me and said, "What? I need too large. I need $2,000 from you. Can you come to me with $2,000 and let me invest this and find out if I can get this, how to get this money back to you with this investment that I put money into." Now I'm thinking $2,000. That's kind of steep for a I don't know you kind of situation, or a, you wanna put this money away for me. I don't know how to I don't know how to deal with that. And then dun dun dun, you find out, oh well, I did the research now. But if somebody is only coming to you for, oh, hold on a second. Dun, dun, dun. And then they come to you for 20 bucks. Now that 20 bucks, maybe you're not even thinking about it. Maybe you're not even thinking that 20 bucks is a lot of money. Maybe you're thinking, I was gonna spend 20 bucks on some nonsense, some foolishness, something that wasn't gonna make me any money or do me any good anyway. And you decide to give them that 20, but think about millions of people. Let's not even talk millions. Let's just talk about a few thousand people in one day or 1 week before, let's say the police don't even catch up with this guy for a month. 1 month, every day, couple of hundred people all over the world introduce this to one or two of their friends, which makes it a pyramid scheme. And they all give him 20 bucks. He could get caught in 1 month and have still made hundreds of thousands of dollars. Because that 20 bucks. Now, fortunately for people who know me, I'm tight-fisted. Ooh, I don't like spending. Like, I will spend money on something. Like, the reason I like going out to nice restaurants and I like to go to support these mom and pop restaurants is because I know what I'm getting. I know that when I order this steak from this restaurant or this grill, you know, it's going to be good. Or if it's not, I can give them a problem right then. But I don't mind spending money on things that are worth it, be it a good quality computer. I'm running a MacBook Pro. Do I care about my sofa? No, the sofa got a stain on it, so I bought a $20 couch cover. I don't care, it doesn't bother me. Do I need quality glasses? Yes, because I need to see as I'm writing and doing things. But when you're tight-fisted like I am, and he said to me, this is one of the things he said to me, it's only 20 bucks. Who cares? I care. Do you know I would have just as hard a time sleeping if I got hustled out of 20 bucks as I would if I got hustled out of 2,000. And I know that makes me petty. I know that makes me petty. But at the same time, people think I got where I am by being good with making a lot of money. No, my first rule is like being in a good fight. My first rule is don't get hit. Don't take a financial hit. It's going to be very hard to catch me with a scam because, I'm averse to handing out money. Then I worry about making it. Listen, thank you. I don't want to keep you guys forever. I want to let you know I appreciate all of you taking the time to sit with me, take this advice. Please share this with a friend. Share it on Facebook. Tag me on Facebook. Share it on your Twitter. And I hope all of you have a good, safe day wherever you are. All right? And I'm going to hit end broadcast. Bye-bye, everybody.